One, one, two, 1, 2. One, two, 1, 2. Let's get this going. Yeah. What's up, guys? Good morning. Or good afternoon, I guess, actually. We are here for the inaugural Pennsylvania State One Pocket Championship. Our first match of the day is going to be Eddie Abraham versus Scott Frost. This is going to be a killer matchup for you. So if you could, and wouldn't mind, like, sharing, and subscribe, and sending this out for me. This is going to be it's going to be a big one today. We're going to get started in a minute or two. Just going to let Scott hit some balls. Eddie's going to come in real quick, hit a couple balls, and then we're going to get ourselves started. Like I said, if you can, like, share, subscribe. Pass this out to everybody. It's going to be a good one today. Brownie, what's up, buddy? How you been? Just gonna get these out to a couple groups real quick. I have a brand new system here at Bluegrass Billiards. It's the digital pool all-table streaming system. And today's our, I guess you would say, our inaugural run with it. So if we have any little kinks, if you wouldn't mind just being patient. This way for our WNT event this weekend, everything's going to be top-nose perfect. So this is our, I guess I wouldn't want to call it our test stream, but this is the first stream with everything. So if we're going to find any kind of bugs or anything that needs to be fixed, we're going to find it today on the stream. But we're happy you guys are all here. We know it's a Wednesday. This is basically the warm-up to the WNT that's coming up this weekend. That's called the Pennsylvania Open. I'm going to give you guys some links and some more information on that in a few minutes. So we got Scott Frost, considered one of the best one-pocket players ever, versus local pro here, Eddie Abraham. Eddie's a fantastic guy from the Philadelphia area. Plays really strong. This isn't like a squash match. This is going to be a battle of the Titans here. All right, these guys are getting ready to go. If we can later on when Scott's not playing, Scott's going to jump in the booth with us, do some commentary, hang out, talk about some matchroom stuff. Scott's going to be commentating the Pennsylvania Open with me this weekend and a couple other guest commentators. So it's going to be a real fun time here in Pennsylvania this weekend. If you're in the area, I'll give you information on how to come down. Jump over here. Oh, camera got moved. We got to fix that one. Give me 1 second. Much better now. We got Eddie racking the balls up. Got all of our setups ready. We're excited here about Bluegrass. Got all the new camera setups. Kevin Soiza, what's up, pal? Go to our overhead. And I want to show you guys something real cool. As you can see now, this is the digital pool all table setup. Each table on the first row there He's got the arena lights with the scoreboards and the tablets. We're going to be working on the rest of the pool hall very soon for the WNT event. We're definitely excited to get that going. All right. Now this is the Pennsylvania State Championship, the inaugural One Pocket Championship. This is a race to 3 on the A side and also a race to 3 on the B side. Charlie Roy, don't come in here making demands, buddy. I'm going to get this bracket up for you right here. There we go. Pinned to the top. There's that bracket. Good break by Eddie. Does leave Scott 1 or 2 shots. We had 20 players in the tournament. That's a $5,000 added event. Do have some heavy hitters though. So we have Jonas Soto Camino, 788 Fargo. Scott Frost, 761. Lucas Werner at 747. Mr. Eddie Abraham at 737. Nathan Childress has a 727. Kirill Russian Kenny Ruttman, he's at 708. Steve Max, 693. Just going to go through some of the names. Mark Nanashi, 669. Brett Ross, 642. Brent Worth, 629. We have one female in the tournament, Miss Ashley Benoit, 609 Fargo. All right, Head's going to shoot Scott's ball in. Yeah, Robert, I wanted to give it a try with the Grady Rule. I'm not really a big person on speeding the play, meaning that for me, one pocket's a chess match, so I want to be able to let those players have their chess match. But I also want to make sure that the tournament moves in a timely fashion and people aren't just pushing the ball to the top. So we're going to give it a try, and if in the future, if it's not something that's going to work out for us, we can always change. All right, Ed's up to the table. Look for Ed to do the one rail kick and push this ball close to the pocket. Or just kick it right in. All right, Ed's going to leave him in the stack. This might put Scott on a slight bit of a defensive coming out of the gate here. Scott plays off the 3. Let's see if we can get a little closer look at that. Stack. We're going to do a little bit of camera work today. We're going to be zooming in and out some shots, especially in one pocket, because there's such nuances that you got to get yourself in close on some of the overhead shots. Let's see what Scott does here. Scott's going to take the foul and push the ball down to the bottom rail. I definitely agree, Robert. Yeah. All right, Scott's left Eddie on the bottom rail. He's got to be careful that if he plays off the edge of the 7 ball that he doesn't. I believe that's a 7 ball. That's a good shot. So we're using Dynasphere Platinums on the stream table, and they do change color compared to the Dynasphere Silvers. Yeah, that's correct. That's the 7 ball. All right, Scott plays the edge of 3, leaves a cue at the bottom. Definitely with this type of match, with two players of this caliber, it's just essentially who makes the mistake first. Ed's pushing out, push it right back into the stack. That does potentially leave Scott a shot, but I don't think Scott's going to take that shot just yet. So Scott did go for it. Going to leave the cue ball at the top. Eddie is a slightly aggressive player. Eddie will take a shot that is a little harder for some amateur players. He will fire at it, but I don't see Eddie going for that 6 ball. Yeah, I see him getting Scott's ball out of there. So I'm being asked from the chat to clarify the Grady Rule. So we're going to go with the original Grady Rule on this in this match. If after 3 hours, so we did make a change at the player meeting. We were all the players discussed it and we're talking about it. The original Grady Rule is that after 3 hours of play, if there are 6 balls above the head string, then the balls start to spot in a straight line. It forces the players to shoot at the balls versus just pushing them up to the top rail and continuously playing that top rail safety where you bank one down. If you don't make it, your opponent banks it out of there. So it's essentially recreates an offensive style. It's going to shoot the one. One did not go. Ed could have got a couple balls out of that. That could be a slight error on his case. Scott's going to take a break here. 1 second. So, I'm going to show you guys here that are watching and also in the chat portion. We do have the new all-table streaming system, which means you can access any of the tournament tables at Bluegrass Billiards. I want to which I'm going to put a link here in the chat for you, where we have the all-table system turned on today for essentially for free, so everybody can check. Kevin, yes, there is music in the background. It's purposely set up. So this link here in the chat is the digital pool all-table system, where you could look at the bracket, see what table a player that you like is playing on, and you can then watch that table. So like right now, this feature table is Scott Frost versus Eddie Abraham. But if you wanted to look at other tables that are playing around the event, you could look over on table 1, which would be Ashley Benoit versus Russian Kenny, or table 3 would be Mark Nanishi versus Steve Lindbergh. Jonas Camino is about to play on table 6 versus Brett Ross. Larry, the players are keeping count at the table. I'm not keeping count here in the booth, but I will be able. Charles Roy, yes, it is Scott McGrath. I will, after this rack, Larry Johnson, I will take over the scoring. So this way we can keep track of the balls and the racks won. Just message over to our engineer to let them know I'll take the scoring over. A nice shot by Scott to put that 7 on his side. That's going to force Eddie into a real tough defensive position. Allergy season here in Philadelphia, Steve. Your friends with allergies are not okay.
Malaga, you're professional.
It's a good shot by Eddie to be able to push the 7 up. It's going to leave Scott with the shot, though. He's going to play the 7 and come across. Guys, excuse me 1 second. All right, sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Just working out a little kink on the system. So like I was saying earlier, if you're just joining us, we have the new digital pool system set up in the pool hall here. And we are just, again, I don't want to call this the test stream, but this is our first stream. We wanted to run something before the WNT event. So this way, if there's any bugs or kinks, we can work them out. Since the players aren't recording their score on the tablet there, after this rack, I'll take over the scoring. So I'll make sure that all the scoring of the balls and the scoring of the rack will be accurate. Got to play the 5. He's going to come right out for the 1 rail. So we thank you guys watching here on a Wednesday afternoon. There were some people that voiced their displeasure of me running a state championship on a Wednesday. It's a good shot by Ed. He can play that ball right to the corner. The one came out a little too much, though, but he can back cut that one. He wants to really make sure he gets that ball to the pocket. Nice shot by Ed. Like I said a few minutes ago, if you're just joining us, as soon as this rack's over, I'm going to take over on the scoring. So this way we'll have all the balls displayed on who has what. So if you just bear with me until the end of this first rack, then I'll make sure that we have the scoring updated for you. Freezer makes the 2. He's going to roll this ball right up. Scott came out 4 rails, leave that cue ball on the bottom rail. All right, sorry guys, I had to bounce off the stream for a second. Some of the players didn't realize that we had somebody running the bracket, so they were coming to me with some questions. So we got them all set up to speak to the bracket runner. After this matchup here, I believe Scott's going to get in the booth with us for a little bit. Call some matches. Freezer's going to probably play off the edge of the ball, just roll it into the rail. He wants to leave Eddie sort of straight. Yeah, leaves him straight into the other balls. Very nice two-railer by Eddie. Going to put Freezer on the slate. Could actually go offensive with this, with the high inside English and bank it over. Gets a cue out of the way. Is he going to go 4 rails? 2 rails with it. Oh, if that cue ball would have caught the 6, that could have been a little bit of a slight tough situation for Scott. For Scott to kick 1 rail into the 6. I think he's going to kick it soft. I will be honest with the chat. I know how to play 1 pocket. I'm not the, I'm average, maybe slightly above average. It's my first time really calling 1 pocket matches. I did some at the Derby. So there might be some slight nuances I don't see. Freezer's going to go defensive here. There is a 3-railer bank on the straight ball. Bottom rail, right side rail, top rail down to the corner. Looks like Ed's going to try the carom into the 6. Don't forget, guys, if you're going to be around the area this weekend, obviously we have the WNT event starting this Friday. But Thursday night, I'm hearing a lot of these guys are going to come in, hit some balls on the table, talk with some fans, hang out. So if you're in the area, Bluegrass on Thursday night, come on by. You're definitely going to see some Moscone Cup players. And we got Miss Lonnie Fox here in the chat. She's going to be one of our commentators this weekend on the WNT event. She's going to come in as our special guest. So if you're just joining us, I'm just going to say it a couple times until we get to that second rack. I know that there's no score on the balls right now. The players are not reporting the balls. So after this first rack, I'm going to take over on the score, and I'll make sure that the scores are updated. Charlie Roy, we have a couple different packages for entry. We have just $10 general admission, and then we have some VIP packages that include food, first row seating, some autographs, things like that. If you're interested, reach out to me. I can definitely get you all the information for the event. Yeah, Frowny, Lonnie does really great commentary. Her and I are going to be doing some commentary in the future. Some WPBA matches, obviously the WNT this weekend. I think Lonnie and I have a really good chemistry together. Look for Ed to go one rail bank. Oh, watch the scratch. Freezer can go offensive on this with the stripe on the rail, but he's got to watch the right side pocket scratch also, because of the way that he has to pull the cue ball off the stripe. He's going to be going in that direction. Cue ball's going to roll over. There's some real good players in this event. Small sample size of some of the players are going to be coming in this weekend. Ed moves to 6. I think that may have been a mistake maybe on Ed's part. Ed is going to leave Freezer the bank on the 6 ball. I'm expecting to bank this slow, and with a little bit of inside, he's going to try to kill the angle. So it looks like this is the last shot for the win. Go up 1-0. Oh, Freezer hangs it in the pocket. Be tough for Eddie to get this one out. He could follow it in. I have been to some one pocket matches where they tell you that you have to jump the cue ball off the table to do the foul. We're not making players do that here. They can follow in. Alright, so Eddie fouls it in. He's going to spot that ball plus a penalty ball. So I could actually update the score based off of that for you. So that means that Freezer would be at Eddie would be at 6. We got an updated score now. Scott needs 1, and Abraham needs 2. Give it a second. It's going to update there for you. We're at about a 10-second delay on the scoreboard so that the ball count can catch up to the players. There we go. Look for Scott to hit the road shot here. He's going to hit low English. He's going to hit right into the face of the 1. He's going to bank that straight ball 2 rails and push the 1 to the corner. Oh, freezer scratches, though. That could hurt him. He drew that into the pocket. Let's see if Ed has the potential to cut the 7 ball in. Hold that speed. If he could cut the 7 in and clip the 1, he might be able to get out from there. Oh, Ed was trying to clear out there. So that's going to be another ball spotted for Ed. He's going to go down to 5 on the ball count. Freezer will have 6. Looking for Scott to just go for that gray stripe and leave himself with a 1 ball in the same pocket. That should be it. All right, Scott's going to win the first rack. He's going to go up 1-0 in a race to 3. We're a race to 3 on the A side and the B side. So today and the first day of the WNT on Friday is going to be free to view. We do also have the all-table streaming pay-per-view that's going to go into effect on Friday. So if you want to watch all the tables, all 21 tables from Friday's matchups, a day pass is $14.95. If you want to do an early bird where you take all 3 days, that's $39.95. If you want to do the entire event after the early bird, then that's $49.95. I would say get that early bird if you want to watch them all. Our guest commentators will be Scott Frost, Lonnie Fox Raymond, Margaret Steyer, my buddy Brad Silver, and Alyssa's going to be doing a lot of interviews with the players in between matches. We're about to go into rack number 2. Scott Frost is in the lead, 1-0 in racks. All right, look for Freezer to play this break and go 3 rails with the cue ball and leave it up to top rail. Oh, he's going soft this time. Okay. Last night he was practicing a break where he'd hit the rack and go 3 rails and leave it back up top. And everybody that's out there watching, if you wouldn't mind, please, would you like, share, and subscribe? Like would mean like the video. Share would be to share the link out. And subscribe would be to subscribe to the PA Pro-Am YouTube page. We try to bring you some of the best action that we can. Made a lot of good friends with a lot of pro players, so they come through every now and then, jump on the stream, and have some good action matches. That is going to get to a rail. That's a good hit for Eddie. We have a finish to a couple of our matches. Russian Kenny has defeated Ashley Benoit with a score of 3-1. That's going to move Ashley to the B side. Trenton Marty has defeated Chris Lehman. That's going to move Marty on into the 9th, 12th position. Rafael Saldana has defeated Scott McGrath with a score of 3-0. That's going to move him on to the next round. Rafi's going to play Russian Kenny. Jonas and Brett Ross currently playing. That's a score of 0-0 right now. Nick Papa George has defeated Steve Lindbergh. He's on to the next round. He gets the winner of the Jonas matchup. Brent Worth is up 2-1 on Steve Mack. And when this match is over, our next stream matchup is going to be Lucas Werner versus Nathan Childress. A little bit of a wild one by Ed. I think he's going to get away with it, though. I don't know if I see Freezer really going offensive on this one. I think he might want to get those, maybe one or two of those balls. Rail first. Scott is very good at playing that combo bank shot. I've been watching him do that for about 2 or 3 days now. Even teaching that in his clinic on Monday. He was showing some of the players how to hit it. Also, I was saying there's about a 10 to 15 second delay on the score updating just because of the ball count. So when you see a ball go in, give me about 10 or 15 seconds to update it. If it doesn't update, then let me know and I'll make sure to get the score updated properly. Scott trying to play a nice carom 5 off the 11. I'd like to give a couple shout outs to some new stream sponsors. Gloria Jean and the Iwan Simonis Ride the 9 Tour is one of our new stream sponsors. Precision Billiards from Florida is also one of our new stream sponsors. Mr. Brandon Hoffman and Gloria Jean, thank you very much for sponsoring the PA Pro-Am stream. We appreciate everything you do for us. This could be a good shot by Ed. He looks like he's going to try to play the 2 off the 5. Carom the 5, but make the 2 essentially bank. I like Eddie's style of play. He's aggressive. He goes for shots. He approaches one pocket almost like a straight pull type look, where he takes a lot of caroms and a lot of. Wow, and he makes that shot. It's a great shot by Ed. We're going to put that on a replay. Oh, sorry about that, folks. I hit the wrong button. Give me a second. I'll put that replay back up for you. It's 2 balls down by Ed. Ed the bag does across. And that might hurt him if that pushes out. Yeah, that could be hurtful for Ed. We got 3-2 on the ball count. Eddie's in the lead right now. ball down for Scott. Scott's going to have a clear shot at the 8. Scott definitely wants to run into this 4 coming off the 8 as to hold, to be able to hold that cue ball for the 11. Alright, Scott does leave the 8 in the corner. Ed could potentially draw that ball out of the pocket. So he would hit the point of the pocket and the 8 ball at the same time with low English and try to draw them, essentially lock them and draw them both out of the pocket at once. If you haven't seen the shot before, it's actually a really cool shot. I think Ed's going to put a ball on his side of the table. He's going to carry him off the 11 ball and make the 8. Does look aggressive in his stroke, though. I think he's going for it. Oh. A little bit of aggressive style there by Ed. Alright, Freezer to take the 8. He's going to come out 3 rails for the 11 ball in the same pocket. Doesn't even need the 3rd rail. It comes out 2 for the 11. He's going to let that cue ball float right into the 4-9. Thin bank on the 4. He's going to go for the 3 instead and move it. Oh, he's going for the 4. Low right. He's going to play this and play to the top rail off the side rail. A little too much speed on that shot potentially for Scott. I'm sure he'll make an adjustment on that shot if he gets it again. Ed's got to move this 4 out of the way. I would also try to disrupt the 9 ball up here because it's kind of a wired shot. It's almost like a straight combo. Yeah, he's got to move that 4 ball out of the way. And the aggressive nature, I think, is just a little bit counterintuitive for Scott's style of play. Well, I mean, if you fire it in like that, then you can... It's a great shot by Ed. Quote, it's a race to 3 on the A and B side. The balls are laying pretty good for Scott here. Ed's not going to be able to do the... I don't think he's able to do the 2-railer on the 11 ball. If he banks the floor, he's got to use a ton of hold. Ed's going to try to go on a defensive, leave the cue ball at the bottom. Scott going after the 4. And he puts the 4 onto his side. So look for Freezer to move this 4 out of the way. He's got to be careful, though. He doesn't want to disturb the 3 ball at the top of the table. All right, Scott needs 3. Ed needs 4. Quote, I will agree that Ed is very aggressive, but Ed does make some really great shots that are just they're wow shots. When he makes it, we're just like, wow, how did he A, see that shot, B, how did he have enough skill to make it? This could be all she wrote for this rack, though. Freezer makes his first ball. Eddie Abraham's a local road legend here in the Philadelphia pool scene. He's been many years. He's been playing a lot of the events. Has a lot of respect from very high-end players. My man Joe McGee coming into the chat. How's it going, buddy? Joe McGee's also one of the sponsors of the Pennsylvania Open with his bar Marty McGee's down there in Delco, Pennsylvania. Look at that one. Let's still run it back. Replay sponsored by Dunkel Custom Cues. Ed looking to bank the 9. Almost. Hey, Steve R. Every match, every table here at Bluegrass Billiards is Gold Crown 4s. Nice shot on the 9. It's going to lead that ball right into the pocket. Yeah, we like it old school here, quote. So we are coming into the 21st century with the new digital pool system that we have set up here. After this rack, I'll show you guys what we have going on. Alright, Ed's going to make that ball. That's going to leave Scott to have 7. He needs one more. Alright, Scott needs 1. Ed needs 3. I think Scott hit a little too full and that ball pushed it out of the way. And firing aggressively again. He's gonna bank this ball and run the rail. Buckets for him. Look at that shot. I think Ed Abraham's going to become the human highlight reel today. All right, Scott needs 1. Ed needs 2 to tie it up. It's going to cross over 3. Oh, that might hurt him. It's going to leave a shot for Freezer. Freezer's got to make this ball, though. If he misses, that does leave Ed a chance. Freezer with the slow roll. All right, Scott's going to take... Excuse me. Scott's going to take a 2-0 lead in a race to 3. Some of the crowd's telling Ed about how they love how aggressive he is. Here's the other shot by Ed. Banks it to the corner and runs the rail. I think we're taking a break here 1 second. That's going to work out for us. So while we're taking a break, let me tell you about the digital pool all-table streaming system that we have set up here at Bluegrass Billiards. So here's Bluegrass Billiards. If you've never seen our building before, we have 38 9-foot tables, 16 bar tables, 25,000 square feet. You see here on the first row. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit for you. The first row, you see all the arena lights with the scoreboards. The rest of the room is going to get those scoreboards and arena lights very soon. I'm going to have that entire first row, and these back tables here are going to be part of the WNT event this Friday. And then we have our little arena area here. We have Lucas Werner sitting down watching match. Ashley Benoit. We're back to the action. Guys, make sure to check us out this Friday. That's when the WNT event will be going live Friday morning. Day 1 on the stream here is going to be pretty much a free day. We're going to have the matches out there. If you want to watch all the tables, all your favorite players, there's a pay-per-view charge. No draw after Friday. The main table will go to behind the paywall. There are day passes, $14.95. Quote, these are 4.5-inch pockets. All the tables for the tournament have been freshly refelted within the last 8 days by Mr. Lou Gagliano, the Player's Choice. Lou is one of the best table mechanics on the East Coast. While we're waiting, let's give you some of the, I want to thank some of our sponsors. Pennsylvania PA Pro-Am, Pennsylvania State Championships, and the Pennsylvania Open. Our first sponsor, Integrity Cues, owned by one of my best friends, Kevin Steer. Kevin's one of the best guys in the business. You can check them out at integritycues.com. Kamaui's been a big supporter of PA Pro-Am since the beginning. Check them out at kamauitips.com.
Check out the incredibly fast shipping by Eddie P from Crossroad Cues. Guys, they sell all the best brands in the world. Jim Pierce, Sly, Philippi, Salermo, PFD, you name it, they have it. Check out my man Eddie P, the man of faith. CrossroadCues.com. And you can reach him at crossroadcues@gmail.com or give him a call.
Quote, I've done a couple of the double streams on Twitch. I just haven't seen any results from Twitch versus what results you get from YouTube and Facebook. But I'm hoping that the market would start growing on Twitch. I wouldn't mind being there. All right, Ed's back, so we're gonna start the action here. Thank you guys for watching on a Wednesday afternoon. I was saying earlier that some players had reached out to me and asked me why we didn't have the state championship on a weekend, and I explained to them that with the Matchroom event coming into town this week, we wanted to offer some of those players a essentially a warm-up, but also a good chance at a title. Some of the players declined to play. Some of them are in here. All right, we're going to be going into rack number 3. Scott Frost leading with a score of 2-0. He's on the hill. It's a nice strong break by Ed. Very good leadoff. Scott taps his key on approval. quote going back to the old days, Justin TV back in like 2012, 2013. I kind of like that shot by Freezer playing off the one. The opening 3 shots to me are always the most conclusive in this game. Especially with him trying to go for that 11 ball. That's a real wide open full throttle shot there. High risk, high reward, but Scott Tompton for the 3-railer. All right, Scott's going to owe a ball. For Ed to inside spin this ball. 1 rail. Twist the ball back to the pocket. Great shot. Stay tuned here for our next matchup too. After this, it's going to be Lucas Werner, 747 Fargo versus Nathan Childress, 727 Fargo. Quote, I'm telling you, but if you sat down with Ed, all the things that he's seen on the road, the players, he could write a book. Unfortunately, Evan Linda is not here. I would have loved to have him come out. In this particular event, our top players, I'll tell you 1 second here. Our top players in this event are Jonas Soto Camino, 788 Fargo. Scott Frost, 761. Lucas at a 747. Eddie, who you're watching now, is 737. Nathan Childress is 727. Russian Kenny is 708. And Steve Mack is 693. That rounds out your top end players at close to 700. And then we have a couple 600 players, a 500, and we have a 335 gentleman named Jason Fries, but he's got very, very low robustness. I've seen him play. He plays much better than that. Looks like Ed's going to go elevated here. Scott can maybe get his ball back, but I don't see. Scott going to go across one rail. Oh, bumps it. And, oh, Scott's going to be down 2 balls now. Just calling some matches out to their tables. It's the great Nick Papa George over there. He's been talking trash to Scott for 3 days now. Eddie looking at another aggressive shot maybe after the 8. We have a match that just finished up. Brent Worth has defeated Steve Mack. That'll put Brent onto the next round, put Steve onto the B side. That'll be... Steve will shoot next. His next opponent will be Jason Freese. Call that match in a few minutes. Alright, Freezer's going to get one of his balls back. Alright, that puts Scott back to even. Right, Scott's positive now, but he does have to spot 2 balls after his turn at the table. Turning a little bit. Fraser spots his 2. He's now positive. We get the score tied of 1-1. I think we're going to change Ed's name to the human highlight reel. Gonna curl 1 reel. That's a great shot. Check that run it back replay sponsored by Dunkel Custom Cues. Very smooth shot by Ed. That's going to get him up 2 on the ball count, 2-1. If you guys are in the area, don't be afraid to come on down to Bluegrass Billiards and hang out today. 9490 Bluegrass Road in Philadelphia. Home of PA Pro-Am Pool, the Pennsylvania Open, and the Pennsylvania State Championships. John Mortarelli has defeated Scott McGrath. That'll move John on to the next round. I believe that will eliminate Scott from the tournament. Ball twist in. That's going to give Ed 4. Scott 1. Ed plays off the 2, puts the cue right back into the stack. All right, Scott Frost chance at the table now. He has trailing in the ball count here, 4-2. Excuse me, folks, I'm back. I said earlier, this is our maiden voyage here with the digital pool all-table system. So occasionally we'll have to jump off the mic every now and then just to kind of check a few things. So I really appreciate you guys staying glued to the action. See Ed playing off the edge of the 6, rolling the cue 2 rails, maybe behind the 2 and the 11. That's a cue ball right there. That does, excuse me, I apologize. That does potentially leave Freezer a bank on the 2, but I don't think he's going to take it. I think he's going to play the safe. It's tight. I don't know if that cue ball has enough time to get out of the way. It's a good leave. Ed's going to try off the 2 ball and kind of put the cue back towards the 10. And I think there were some alternatives to that shot that could have been taken. I'm going to see after this matchup, we can get Freezer in here on the mic. Him and I will do the Lucas Werner versus Nathan Childress match. Scott's take this 12 and try to float down for the 11. Scott has that shot in. That's going to give him 3 on the ball, or sorry, 2 on the ball count. Apologize. Excuse me 1 second, folks. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. I had to take a step away for a second to a tournament director decision there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I believe I'm missing a ball, which if you might want to update me on the score, that'd be fantastic. I believe we got it set now 5-4 at Abraham in the ball count. How's it going, Tilt Test, right? Scott's going to leave that ball all the way to the top of the table. Going to leave Ed. A couple tough shots here. Ed could back cut the 7 ball. Cue ball could get a little wild. He could play under the 11, meaning hit the 11 and let the cue ball roll to the bottom rail right where the chalk is. All right, going to leave Scott a shot. I expect him to move this 7 ball. He's going to move it to his side of the table. Thanks, Torture.
You love me. You really love me.
There you are. I see it, buddy. Clint D, what tables were you looking at for the digital pool setup? Want to see how all the tables look. Watching Jonas match, nice. Yeah, he's playing Brett Ross. Brett's a local pool owner here. He owns Mark the Billiards in Norristown, Pennsylvania. Real nice establishment. If you're ever in that area, definitely make sure you stop by. I think that was just you, Torture. May have angered the YouTube gods. So what Clint was talking about is that he clicked over on to the D-Patch system, digital pool, all table streaming system. And he was watching some of the Jonas match. So I'm going to put that out there for you. You guys can kind of see what we have. So if you guys click on that match, it'll click on this link here I just sent you. It'll take you over to that match, or you can click any of the tables that we have live right now and view any of the tables in the building that are part of this tournament. Thanks, Fizz. Appreciate it, buddy. All right, we have 5-4 on the ball count. Christina Tkach, we talk about? Oh, it's Lativa. Oh, that's pretty cool. A little bit of aggressive shot there. May have left a shot for Scott. May have left actually two. If Scott can control the cue ball off the 11. To update you on some scores real quick going around the tournament. Ralph Saldana and Russian Kenny are tied 1-1 in the score, 0-0 on the current rack. Zlativa? No, Torture, I never staked Zlativa. Brianna, Ashley. And Neil B is up 2-1 over Chris Lehman. Brett Ross is up 2-0 over Jonas Soto Camino. That's all the matches we currently have right now. Ashley Benoit. Yeah, Torture, she's actually in this one pocket tournament she's playing. I believe she's waiting for an opponent. Yeah, she has a actually going to be playing John Mortarelli soon, or could actually be playing. Yep, they're actually playing now on table 4. You could go over and watch that table with the all table streaming. We're going to send that match out right now, actually. We got all the balls to the top end right now. How did he hit that one? How did he hit it? Ball took a slight right hand turn on Scott. He's He's going to tie the ball count up 5-5. No problem, Bank. Appreciate it, pal. All right. I could see Eddie coming off the bottom rail and banking this 2 over. Watch the point. Torture, no. Justin Hall and Evan Lunda are not in this event. I actually did reach out to Evan, but I think he possibly is in another event. I'm not 100% sure on that one. John Hennessy was supposed to be at this event, but I guess he wasn't able to make it.
Malaga, you're professional.
But the top end players, or marquee players, I guess you would call it, for this event is Jonas Soto Camino, 788 Fargo. Obviously, Scott Frost on the stream right now. Lucas Werner, 747 Fargo. Eddie Abraham is on the stream right now, 737. Nathan Childress, 727. Russian Kenny, 708. Our next matchup after this matchup will be Nathan versus Lucas. And I believe Scott's going to do the commentary with me on that match. I invite all you guys to come out on Friday and watch the match during the day, the Pennsylvania Open. Oh, that was a scratch. That's going to be 1 away for Ed. He's going to spot a ball. Thanks, Torture. I appreciate it, buddy. But what I was saying is, on Friday we're gonna leave this table open on the free stream for a little bit for the Pennsylvania Open. I invite you guys to come through, like, share, and subscribe. I'm not a major fan of pay-per-view, but we do have this new system set up here, and we want to. Digital Pool would like to use some pay-per-view options, especially for the cost of the system. But in the future, we're going to try to go on maybe a subscription base. We got some things we're going to talk to and work out. Freezer hit that a little hard for what I would say he usually hits the ball. It's going to leave an opportunity for Ed. He's going to get his point back, and then he's looking for Ed to go 1 rail, maybe right in between at 11-14. Oh, that's going to cost Ed Abraham a ball. Torture, tell your boss you're feeling sick. I'll write you a doctor's note. All right, Scott Frost is going to shoot the 2. He's going to roll it in softly. Get himself for the 3. semi-softly and get himself onto the 3. Look for Scott to come out 2, maybe 3 rails on that 11. 1, 2, 3, 4 rails on the 11. Scott needs 1. I believe I'm off 1 on Ed's ball count. There we are. Freezer fires that one down. All right, he needs 1. Ed needs 4. All right, Ed looking at the 11. I bank this 11 straight down to the corner. Little inside hold. No hold, just fire. All right, Ed's gonna line him up and pick him off. He's gonna make 3 in a row. It's incredibly tough to beat Scott. It's going to leave Freezer to shot on the 8. And Freezer banks that ball in. He's going to win this match up 3-0. He's going to defeat Ed Abraham. That's going to put Ed onto the B side. That's going to advance Scott in the tournament. Won't go anywhere, guys. Our next matchup here is going to be Lucas Werner. Mosconi Cup hopeful. Just came in second last week at the Seattle Open. He's a 747 Fargo versus Nathan Childress. That'll put Ed on the B side. His next match will be against Anil B. We're going to call that Nathan and Lucas match here in a second. Guys, we'll take a break, commentator break for a second. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we got the two young gunners going here. Nathan Childress versus Lucas Werner. Both these young men have been on my streams before. I really like when they both come on. They're both awesome players. Lucas does wear my logo. Nathan's a great kid. This is going to be a good matchup. Nathan is a shot maker too, boy. He makes some great shots. So we're gonna give these guys a few seconds to get themselves warmed up, hit some balls, and then we're definitely gonna get this match going. Don't go anywhere. Stay here and hang out, guys. We appreciate it. All right, we're underway here. Lucas Werner, Nathan Childress, race to 3. Lucas is a future Mosconi Cup hopeful. Nathan plays really strong himself. He could possibly be there in the future, too. Lucas firing him in quicker than keep the score. All right, Nathan looking to bank the 5 to the bottom right corner. Wants to hold the cue ball. All right, Nathan at the table. Nathan's going to be playing this weekend, too, in the Pennsylvania Open. Him and his buddy Brentworth, his road partner. Lucas Werner will be playing in it also. Lucas at the table. Probably make this 3 just come off the rail. Oh, and he fouls it in. That's going to be -1 for Lucas. All right, Nathan has an opportunity to do a little bit of damage here. streamed a nice match earlier in this year between Nathan versus Tom Haas on this stream at the Super Billiards Expo. The boys played their hearts out for about 2 or 3 hours. A great matchup. We got 2 for Nathan. Got a good chance to do a lot of damage here with that accidental scratch by Lucas. Great shot by Nathan to get himself onto the 6-ball. I think Nathan's looking at the 4 next, possibly the 7. Good shot by Nathan. That's going to make his ball count 4. And just like that, we're tied up 5-5 on the first rack. Looks like Russian Kenny has defeated Russian Kenny has defeated Ralph Saldana. That's going to put him into the 5th, 6th matchup. He gets the winner of Scott Frost and Trenton Marty. I'll put Ralph Saldana onto the B side. Nathan's gonna. Oh, I thought he was gonna pot that ball and try to put the cue ball between the 3 and the 1 to give the off-angle shot. Lucas could pot this ball, and it won't really hurt him too much if he makes the shot. Lucas will maybe Z shot the 3. Nathan with the shot on the 11 ball. Been banking one rail down. Plays a more conservative shot onto the 3 ball. Put the 3 in the middle of the table. Lucas can 2 rail the 3. Right side rail, top rail down for the 3 in the corner pocket. Lucas opts to make the 3 ball. He's going to spot it. Look for Nathan to maybe pot the 11, spot it right behind the 3, and give Lucas the off-angle shot. It doesn't look like he's tapping it. I think he's going to force Lucas to possibly make the 11 ball in the corner. Lucas very aggressive on that. I want to see if that 10 goes. I believe it. Whoop. Wrong angle. It's tight, but he might be able to catch the point of it. He's going for it. All right, Lucas is shot at the table. He's got to move that 3. He's got to move that 3 ball out of the way. Come with 3 rails and kick the 3 towards the 1 ball. He's doing soft. It's gonna be another foul by Lucas. Lucas right now is on 2. Nathan makes that ball in the corner. That's going to spot. Lucas could shoot the 3 ball and try to get it out of there. Looks like he's going to shoot the 1. Lucas in a capitalizing position here. He can quickly up to 5. Excuse me. He needs 2. Nathan needs 1. All right, Nathan scratches. That could cost him the rack here. All right, looks like Lucas needed 1. All right, slight little discrepancy there at the end of the rack. Wow, Nathan with a very aggressive cut. Cuts that 3-ball in. Okay, folks, I am back. I thank you all very much for hanging out all day and being part of this. Me and the digital pool team are doing some troubleshooting. I wouldn't call it troubleshooting. There's really no trouble. It's more of a just really dialing everything in for this WNT event this weekend. So thank you for being patient. If there's no commentary for a few minutes on a match, really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. All right, Lucas's turn at the table. Lucas is going to kick at the one. Does kick at the one, puts the cube all the way up to the top rail. Nice shot by Lucas. Okay, guys, we're gonna close the feature table for now, and we're gonna leave the all table streaming on. I'm gonna give you the link here for the all table streaming, so you guys can go to the all table streaming, pick a table that you want. We're gonna close down the YouTube link for a little bit, and then we will be back up soon on the YouTube link. There's just some behind the scenes things you want to do with some settings, and then we will get ourselves right back on in a little bit. We appreciate everybody watching, hanging out with us. But again, feel free to watch any of these tables as of right now. They just won't have any commentary until we come back on to the match in a little bit. Here is that link. And for a little bit here, we're going to sign off. We will be back soon, and we appreciate everybody watching and hanging out with us today. Thank you all.